Yeah, baby, baby, yes, I watched him with his missus, played the game, feeling down. Guess you liked the peace and quiet till you looked her up and down. You heard his name, said he hit and fucked around. You can't complain, cause at least he stuck around. He got you overwhelmed, sick of yourself, he's over loving. But oh well, you might as well hold on to something. The mistakes a piss take, I'm on to something. He thinks I'm on to something, he knows I'm on him like. Hi, I'm Soph, and today I'm going to be performing my new single, Love to Hate. I'm an R&B soul artist from Essex, and I currently live in Brighton. I was trying to get more self-awareness this year. Mm-hmm. That was on my, what's it called, New Year's resolution.
Love it.
And one of mine was to stop writing songs about men, because we all do that, and I felt I need to switch it up. So I decided I would write about friendships, life, work, etc. And I found myself in a situation where my boyfriend at the time, my mates just hated him. I still don't think there was a valid reason, but they hated him. And then I found myself amidst gossip and everything like that, and I sort of just wrote Love to Hate about gossiping, and I love gossiping. I think it's fun sitting with the girls and having a chat. Exactly. And then there was something about it where I was like, oh, when you're actually in it, it's not so fun anymore. So I sort of explore the two perspectives of it being fun and innocent, and then it being a bit too much.
Overwhelming. Starts to become a bit of everything.
Gossiping can be mean.
It can be mean. Everyone be nice.
Let's
spread some positivity.
That's on my New Year's resolution also.
God, you're keeping up with your New Year's resolutions this far. I'm not.
It's the only one I did keep up with.
That's all right. One's better than none.
I was meant to go on a run twice a week.
It's all right. I was meant to be 3 stone lighter, and it's all right. I'm only the 1 stone heavier than I was at the start of the year, so it's fine. But obviously this is your latest single after a few releases.
Yeah.
How do you feel this is sort of an evolution of your work? Is there anything that you kind of like, picked up on and involved on previously, or something you're proud of in particular?
Oh, I love that question. I think I didn't trust myself on the previous releases as much. So even things like harmony arrangements, I would get help for, and I would, obviously, my co-producers and co-writers, which is Ollie and then Joe, who you've previously had on.
Shout out to Joe again.
Shout out to Joe. I relied on them so heavily because they are so talented, which is a good thing, and I love the work, but it did mean that I wasn't trusting myself and trusting my vision a bit. So with Love to Hate, I had to be a little bit more stubborn with myself and say, no, if I think this is what I want to do, then trust it, and this will be what I want to do. So even genre-wise, I went down more of like a soul route than what I normally would. This feels the most me because of it as well. More of like
your own identity, kind of, would you say?
Yeah, it was a bit cheekier. Like even there was like giggles that I made, does that make sense? While recording, and we just left them in.
Yeah.
Because there was just loads of personality in it, and because it's about the gossiping and stuff as well, I think it's nice having that like girliness in it.
Yeah, keeps the personality and the sort of like the themes of the song more in kept.
Yeah, because everyone I work with is so talented, but your personality is your own. Yeah. So they can make it an incredible song, but what they can't do is reflect your own brain, because only you can do that.
Yeah, it gives you, reflecting your individuality as an artist.
Yeah,
and keeps
exactly.
You more
so I feel like with this one, I've just trusted myself more, which is nice.
Which is what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you kind of want to bring, like you say, your own creative flair and things into it. Would you say that was maybe one of the biggest challenges you had throughout the production of this song, was trying to maybe trusting yourself more and bringing your own identity into it?
Yeah, because there's a really thin line, especially my love of all loves is vocals.
Yeah.
So it's so easy for me to add ad-libs and riffs on every single line and like 10 harmonies, and there is a line where you're like, this isn't even a song anymore. Yeah. This is just shouting. It
becomes a mess of ideas.
It's just a mess. So the co-writers and co-producers are amazing in honing that, but there's such a thin line in trusting yourself to do what you want to do and also having discipline. Yeah. So that was quite hard, knowing what to keep and what not to keep.
That's it. Would you say, because you were talking about, those different harmonies and elements, would you say that is something is there something in particular about something you're so proud of, and technically, would you say? I
think the harmony arrangement I fell in love with. I sat there at Joe's, and he just left me at one point and was just like, she's doing her thing, and I just sat there for a solid hour and just stacked them all. And then I was going to redo them like in a proper studio setting, and I said, actually, no, I loved the original stacks.
Yeah, gives it more of a grounded feeling.
Definitely, 100%. So I think those harmony arrangements, I'm a bit... Babe, he let you down, thinks you won't find out. Look who's crying. hate, calling one mistake, takes the blame, loves an enemy, hates to misbehave, but she stays, stay for second keeps. Cause babe, he let you down, guess he loves to hate. Now hold up, baby girl, you're feeling like your silence, cause you let him fuck around. Call it once, you take the virtue, call it twice, you let me down. One phrase, too pretty plus two. This shit, you wonder why she let you go. You found a baby, won't quit, and it's all mistake, but you deserve the blame. Hope you enjoy your cake, didn't love you anyway. I know it sounds cliche, she makes me crazy, but she's my baby. Cause babe, he let you down, thinks you won't find out. Look who's crying now, cause he loves to hate, call it one mistake, takes the blame, loves an enemy, hates to misbehave, but she stays, stay for second keeps. Cause babe, he let you down, guess he loves to hate, guess he loves to hate, guess he loves to hate. No, guess he loves to hate.
What would your typical sort of process look like?
Ooh, it's different for every single one.
Yeah.
I mean, the EP, every single song was done in a different way. And it sort of depends what mood I'm in and what the song is about.
Yeah.
So when Apology Flowers came out, that was the first one I ever released. That I literally, it was like 2 a.m. in my bedroom, had no intention of it going out. And I wrote it to like a sax sample and that was it. Which is why I think that one's the most honest, because I had no intention of anyone hearing it.
Yeah.
I'm begging a guy to bring me flowers. I'm just a beg. It's just embarrassing. But whereas like This and That, Joe actually came up with the music for that and sent it to me, and then I felt something and then I wrote off of what I felt. So sometimes I started from scratch. Sometimes it's a top lining thing. Sometimes, I mean, Maybe was done in the room with me, Ollie and Joe. Me and Joe just had like the guitar part and then we took it to Ollie. So all of them are very different. I think it depends how you feel. I like to switch up the process in the hope of avoiding writer's block.
Yes, kind of keeps you creative, thinking differently creatively.
Yeah, switch up the process a little bit. And it also means, like, for Ollie and Joe that are working with me, it's nice for them as well, because then they can listen, like, for This and That is like Joe's baby, because that was like his, whereas Maybe is definitely Ollie's baby, because that was like his heavy production moment. So everyone sort of gets to have their
moment. Would you say
their moment?
Would you say that Love to Hate's more of your baby in that case, or are you?
I think Love to Hate's my baby. I think Love to Hate's my baby.
Would you say there's sort of, talking about, like, you know, the different ways of doing it, what sort of influences would you say have you brought into doing with your work? What would you say, or
as in artists?
In generally, yeah, or you know. Yeah, more artists, or is anything in particular does influence you? And
I think finding your sound as an artist, anyone that's like really early on career-wise, the same as me, will say is the hardest part of it.
Yeah.
Because especially when you love music, I don't know about anyone else, but my music taste is like
all over the shop.
I'll listen to Etta James, and then the next song will be H. Like, what is this? How are you meant to find a sound from that? So I had to try and listen to all the artists I loved and find the elements that was similar throughout, and lyrically and vocally it was ones where the vocal was very much the focus. And you have artists like Sasha Keeble and Mahalia that are all sort of UK based, and they're really, really honest, they're quite unhinged. You get so many artists which I love that use like extended metaphors and things like that, and that's not how I speak, that's not how my brain works. So the way that is best for me to write is to just say it how it is. So then my influences were artists that would just say it how it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Was there any particular influences that you brought into Love to Hate, or shall we say, that kind of directly inspired musical elements or lyrically with it? I mean, obviously we're talking about speaking quite honestly there with some of the lyrics. Yeah,
I think so. I use text messages quite a lot. I'm one of 4 sisters, so you can imagine the group chats and the text messages that we have are crazy. So a lot of the lines are kind of direct quotes from me and my sisters, and then they can stem from there. which again, I think there's a Sasha Keeble's track where she does a similar thing, and it's her mates giggling, and that I loved. That I thought was really, really fun. Yeah.
Lovely. But would you say, because you were talking about the different creative process, something that came to mind, were there any sort of moments of maybe creative disagreement?
All the time.
And how would you chase sort of like, overcome those and navigate that to a sense of cohesion? Because you were saying that it's quite a chaotic process.
Yeah, it's super collaborative. I love the process being super collaborative, just because I think there's so much pressure, especially being independent, to do everything, and then you get burnt out. Yeah. And I will never be able to I'm doing the same thing. I will never be able to play guitar the way Joe and Ollie can. Yeah. There's no point not saying there's no point me trying, but they will thrive there the same way my bass player Ben. There's no way I'll be able to write a bass part the same way that he can. And I think the best songs are where you're so open to having, if everyone puts their best brain in, then you'll get the best piece of work. But that does mean there's a lot of disagreement. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, me and Joe sometimes hate each other. And I will say that, and he will agree. We hate each other. We love you, Joe, but I hate you sometimes because we're all so stubborn, and creative people are stubborn. I don't actually think you overcome it. No. I think you just have to kind of let go of your work sometimes. Yeah. There will be something that I think is amazing, but if everyone in that room is saying, I don't think it works, then it probably doesn't work, and I just have to let go of it. No. It won't always happen straight away. You've got to have your bitterness first, and your moments. Stubborn. Yeah, a bit stubborn, especially if it comes to vocals and stuff. But I don't think you ever overcome it. It's just learning to compromise. Yeah, that's it. I think, especially with creative work as well, like you say, there's so, and it does become your baby, like you were saying. Like it is your thing. When you get someone sort of coming in and tearing it apart, 100%. It's a bit like especially when it's about the story. I mean, Joe and Ollie, we're so close and we know each other so well because the songs are like a reflection of your brain, so you have to kind of let them in your brain. So then letting someone in your brain and them saying, hey, I think we should do it this way, you're a bit like, who are you? And then actually you realise they're working with you, not against you. That's it. I think definitely, I think especially when I've done things creatively, I'm very much like, no, but this is my baby, what are you doing? Like, no, that's not how I want it to look, that's how it's going to go. And you've got to kind of let it go. You do, 100%. It becomes more than the sum of its parts. Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Looking sort of ahead, you're talking a little bit about the EP. Tell us a bit more about that. So the first EP that the only EP that we've released, which was the first one, shout out Miss Naive, again, was very collaborative. It was a kind of a journey of me finding my sound. So I'm hoping Ollie's going to be like, in the background when I say this. Off camera, hello. I'm hoping to do another one now that I feel like I found my sound. Okay. Ollie's shaking his head going, we don't have time. So I'm hoping to do another one that feels the most me. I always love Miss Naive because you can hear me finding my sound throughout it. But I'd love to just go full steam ahead now that I think I know what I want to do. I think that's the thing when you see with us, so that over career spans, there's like elements that you take on, and there's just a nice evolution to what you currently kind of view. Yeah. Would you say, is there anything that you can see changing in the future? I don't know why I looked up there. As if like over there. That was definitely a bit Disney Channel, wasn't it? That was a bit like, let's look out to the north. But is there anything you sort of see changing kind of currently, or are you quite happy? Like you're saying, you're happy with where you are now. So you're pleased, everything's good. I think it's so hard to say you're happy where you are as well if you're creative, because the goalpost always moves. Yes. So a solid year ago, I was saying, so like the artists that have released an EP and it's like a body of work and that's so cool. Now I've done that, I'm like, where's the next one? Yeah. Then you go, where's the album? Then you go, where's the record deal? And so the goalpost always moves, and it's hard to feel like truly happy in what you're doing. Yeah. I think you should, and I think we all should more, but it's hard to. Yeah. So I think in terms of future, I would just like to level up with every release in terms of it sounding more me, more personality, it sounding more polished. Just from a musical perspective, I'd like to look back and say, I jumped up every time. I did this. This is what I enjoyed about this one. But this is how it's evolving into the next. A bit like when you're at school, you get feedback on your homework and you go back in the exam and you learn from the feedback. And I want it to be like that. Yes. Because I know you get a lot of artists that when they get a breakthrough song, they remove all their backlog. Yeah. And I've always said I don't want to do that. I want you to look through and see from start to finish. This is where it's been, how it's come about. 100%. You want to look back at the first one and go, that sounds awful. But if it didn't sound like that, then this one wouldn't sound like this.
No, I think it's quite a really lovely thing to say, isn't it? And really honest as well. 'Cause I think there's a lot of times when you see it and it's like, and everything's gone. You're like, well, how did you come out with that just instantly? And you go, oh, well, that's it. So it's nice to see the journey. Nice to see the journey. Is there any particular gigs you want to shout out, performances or anything you're doing in the future that you want us to? We
are doing Victorious Festival.
Big ups. I hopefully will be there. Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah! That's exciting. And we are on the People's Lounge. Is that correct? Yes. People's Lounge, and we're on the Saturday.
So tell us about one of your what a performance you struggled with, maybe like in an interview or anything like that.
Interviews scare me. Today has scared me.
Scared us all.
Because so my first proper interview was on a BBC introducing Live Lounge with Melita Dennett, not Melita Demmett, Melita Dennett and Callum French, and they had me on. They were lovely to have me on, and I proceeded to talk about singing straws, where if you sing into a straw, it massages your throat. She actually said I was a weirdo on air.
I'm sure that was a great one.
I've never been so embarrassed in my whole life. Love you, Melita. Thank you so much.
Big ups.
Big up, Melita. You do an amazing job. I'm so sorry I spoke about that on your show.
Well, if you want to tune into Singing Straws, please stick with please stick with Fresh Produce. It's our joy to have you on and have that lovely, fun story. What's your favourite episode of Wizards of Waverley Place?
My favourite episode was, oh my God, that's so intense. You know the one where they go back in time and you've got like Harper from the future and she's got like the fishbowl on her head. Is that the same episode?
I don't know.
I remember that one, yeah.
Do you remember that one?
I remember that one.
There you go.
I remember the
Future Harper.
I remember the one where Justin was dating an angel. It turned out to be a devil.
Those are good.
Yeah.
That's good. Werewolf. I really fancied Mason when I was younger.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Soph, it has been a riot. We've been laughing every 2 minutes, and it's been such a great thing. So obviously you've got your gigs Victorious, and it's going to be fantastic. And the EP's out. Where can everyone check you out? How do we check you out on Spotify and all that good stuff?
So artist name is just Soph in all caps. Instagram is Soph Sherrard. TikTok is the same, Soph Sherrard. Have a look. I hope you like it.